Hello, humans of the internet. Welcome to. I was about to say the Gallant Horde, that's how autopilot I am. Welcome to Jax is Not a Gamer. This is a thing that we're doing. So, this was a concept that we came up with um, probably more than a year ago now, where originally it was a patron reward for hitting certain milestones, but it's a concept that has never really left my brain, so we're gonna give it a go. The idea is that if you are a patron on any of the Patreons for any of our Adam projects, you get to nominate and vote on what game you get to watch me stumble my way through. The thing you need to know about me is that I'm not much of a gamer. I don't game an awful lot at all. I play dumb games on my phone and my time in Porsche. And that's about it. The few games that I do play tend to be of the, make a garden, be nice to the locals variety. But I've basically said that I will play anything as long as I can do it on a PC and it is available on Steam. Those are the only limitations I gave. There was a nice wide spread of nominations in the last lot. I'm very glad you didn't vote for Alien Isolation, because that means I might actually sleep tonight. But this game, the Stanley Parable, won the vote. I know nothing about it. What you're seeing on the screen right now is as far as I've gone. I have not done any looking at anything. I've never watched anyone play it. I think I might have tuned into Lionel playing it once, maybe on his stream, but I wasn't really paying attention. So I have no idea what I'm about to get myself into. However, you get to watch me do it. So I'm going to hit go, and away we go. I'm also doing everything tonight. So if the sound is broken or anything is not working the way you expect it to, please just let me know and I will adjust. So we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. We're going to start the game. It's loading. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. This is the song that never ends.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I love this already.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Cool.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Right.
And Stanley was happy.
No decisions.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor.
Free will, bitches!
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Is this just Plato's Cave, you guys? Is this just a computer version of Plato's Cave? Oh, do I have to do things now? Oh, check it out. I have to do things now. Oh, shit. Alright, can I use this? No, how do I move? Ah!
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? Whatever crucial outcome fell under his responsibility, he had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be
Stanley.
happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Oh my god.
Here
What
it
is Stanley
comes.
eating? Ah, okay. For the cavemen in the audience. So Plato had this story about how most people are just, just pause for philosophy for a hot second. Most people are just living in a cave and they only interpret reality based on the shadows on the wall. And in order to gain enlightenment and be whatever, you have to, is the music really loud? You have to go outside of the cave.
But Stanley
No,
simply
God damn
couldn't
it.
handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? Whatever crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
How do I click on things?
This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy.
Can I move?
Stanley waited. Hours passed.
Oh, I can move.
Then
Haha.
days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
So,
Here it comes.
the thing, it should default. Yes, that's what I'm using to move. But that just makes me go backwards and forwards. How do I click on things? Can I? Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay. Where are the people?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oop, I fell behind the door. Okay, so the thing you need to realize about Jax is not a gamer is I'm shit at controls until I get the hang of them as well. Just so you're aware. Is this the meeting room? No. Can I open this door? No. Can I open? His enlightenment. I mean, I didn't say that. Plato had some problems. Can I open the door? Can I push the door open? How do you interact? I figured out moving, but how does one interact? Or does one just walk around a lot until one finds something of interest?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on his left. Am I supposed to follow instructions or am I supposed to be a rebel? We'll start with following instructions and see where it gets us.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We all know this guy. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. I feel like we all know the guy who is the whiteboard manager. Right? Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Oh my god. This is amazing. Post review. Oh, too close. We need less reviews. I want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. I agree. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Amazing. Please no more. Oh shit. What do people want? Things, money, more money, things but with money to buy more things. Graphs, graphs about things and money. People do not, in fact, want that. Why did we hire you? Okay. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Can we go in the broom closet? Oh. Can we go there?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Oh. Bro, I don't trust your calm voice. I feel like you're lying to me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Fuck you.
boss's office.
Open the door. No. Go downstairs. I'm sorry about my shitty controls, you guys. Deal with it. Ooh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe you
All
are,
of my
Stanley.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
That is so
No,
meta.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
No, you're in a video game.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Amazing.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Ooh.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I
fucking love how meta this is. Oh my god.
Thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
But going round in
Now, hearing the
circles,
voice
it
speak
turns out.
those words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Okay.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job, All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
He has a wife, this
My
guy.
life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
He thinks he was in that
I
room for
am
years, but he has a
okay.
wife. And apparently his wife never called and said, Stanley, are you coming home for dinner? I
Stanley
don't
began
know.
screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a
Stanley
boss. I have an
became
office. I
screaming.
am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Cool. Okay then. We broke Stanley.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her
Who the hell's
belongings,
Mariella?
and walked to her place of work.
Oh, did she
But on
find
this
dead
particular
Stanley?
day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Sure,
And
sure.
although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Everybody
I am
knows
sane.
what
I
crazy
am in
people
control of my
look like.
mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She
Oh my
had
goodness.
no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down
I have
at
no
the
time
body,
to deal with this dead
and
body
then she turned and ran.
due to the fact that I have a meeting scheduled. Maybe that was his wife. That's why they got on so well. Poor Stanley. I apparently drove him to madness by daring to go downstairs instead of
I
upstairs.
can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Everyone has gone missing, Stanley. Can we open a door? No. I still think there's something in that broom closet. I read the computer. No. I go in here. No. It's not a lot of choices.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what I'm doing this time, right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Perhaps he did, Mr. Narrator. Perhaps he did. Why can I not go into any of these rooms? That. Why can I go into the broom closet and none of these rooms? This is why I think the broom closet is important. Alright.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yes.
It had really been
100%.
worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Oh my god.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes, it's lovely. That's a shit coffee machine for an office.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Is the narrator
Really
being
worth it.
sarcastic at me? He's being sarcastic at me. Look, bro, I do not appreciate your sarcasm.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Oh, alright, fine. Let's leave.
But at last,
Moving
he'd
on.
had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Did he? Did he, though? Did he? No, he didn't. Ooh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't wasn't 5 years ago.
Look, Jax doesn't like being told what to do. We're going this way now. Ooh, this is interesting. Can I drive the forklift? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. But if you're dead, how are you going to pay the $5,000 fine? That's spending time in New Zealand. What, not following instructions?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, there's a her.
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Is she a puppy? She better be a puppy. It's probably just some boring human girl, not a puppy. You should do this again. I mean, also, I was raised in South Africa in the 80s. So, ooh. Uh-oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need...
I answered the phone, you guys. At least I think I did. Maybe.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? Do you want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
So the wife was fake. Cool, cool, cool. Hello, fake wife.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I don't wanna. What if I don't? What if I don't? What are you gonna do about it? Do I get a choice? No. Oh. What if I press Y? What if I press my mouse? Alright, fine. I'm gonna press X and die.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I'm just pressing a whole bunch of other buttons. Alright, fine.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press 5 to watch TV. I don't want to watch TV. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the
We're
building
back to Stanley's
had suddenly
crazy.
vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Who writes this shit? That's crazy. Press C to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Free will. I don't have free
As he
will.
wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and
Oh,
destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room
my
with
fake wife no
monitors
longer
and
has a
mind
kitchen.
controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I love you, fake
There
wife.
is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always
Oh
has.
my
Nothing
goodness.
has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Do I push the button or do I not push the button? Because now I've been told to do both the things. I want to do a different third thing. What if I push a different button? What if I push enter? What if I run away? Leave the room. It won't let me leave the room. I've tried. There is no way to leave the room. Open the menu. What menu? There is no menu. I have pressed all the things. I don't remember. Can you jump? Nope. Nope. Maybe I have to press J to be at work in the morning. I'm like pressing every other key on my keyboard that's not J. You can't jump. Alright, I'm doing it. I'm pressing J. I'm going back to work.
You see? So he doesn't hear me. How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press R to question nothing. What if I press a question mark? I feel like you're locked into not being able to do anything else. I have tried many other things. With the bits of paper say, can I see them? No. Oh, fine.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe this
And
time.
I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed
Oh
a
my
button.
god.
And I
That's
tried
a bit
again.
dark.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Wow. Yes, now you can press F to pay respects. God. Alright. Where we go. Again. Oh, there's a phone ringing. Can I answer it?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Okay, sweet fake wife. Okay, so I can sometimes enter. Oh, turned the computer off. I'm not sure why. Oh. No, the one in the game. Input received. Cool. Cool. I gave them some input, I guess. Okay, so I'm fairly certain I couldn't interact like this earlier, which means that something has changed. Maybe? Maybe.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left or right? Pick, folks. Right. Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You're a bunch of,
Wow.
contrary
Yes,
beings.
This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
That's right, voice.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
The sarcastic voice amuses me greatly.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
Okay,
on
we're
his
gonna
left.
take the first open door because last time we ended up with fake wife.
And so he detoured
Oh.
through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But what does this do? Bye, voice. We're going down. Oh, am I dead again?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He
No.
wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So
Correct.
now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Drink your tea. I did. My tea's finished. Thank you, though. Easy to forget.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You dickhead.
No. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Would you like another one? Nah, I'm alright, thank you.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down,
He's
left,
fucking with me,
right.
this motherfucker.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This
Yep.
story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Uh-oh. This seems problematic. I feel like I'm about to get run over. Am I about to get run over? Whee! Uh-oh. Ooh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
This is cool.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. This time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh, that, I like that room. That's an interesting room. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes. Alright, let's go to the meeting room. Let's follow some instructions like good little children, just for once.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. Well, I heard just a minute ago.
Look,
I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I'm not a gamer,
Okay,
but I
then.
am a storyteller, and I do enjoy interesting
Stanley,
stories.
Let's find the story.
Yeah, now you're talking, bro. Which door shall we pick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 6, because I can't have it. Can I hop? Yeah, 7. 7's not an option. There's no 7th door. There are 6 doors. This one I can't open, I don't think. That's where I came in. Let's go through this one.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No, bro.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Do we always just end up where we... God damn it. I like a good story, and I like meta stories, so this is right up my alley.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Meow. 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 That's my walking really fast noise. Do you like it?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr. Voice. Can I open any of these doors? No. Okie dokie.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Oh, creepiness.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
It's like those dreams where you can't work out where you're supposed to go, right? Yeah, that's exactly what this is like. Cool.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
I won the game!
I put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
I won the game.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Oh, the Stanley Parable Adventure line.
Alright, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Oh, we didn't go
Just
this way
follow
last
the
time.
line.
Alright,
How simple
let's
is
follow
that?
the line. I reckon we're going to just follow the instructions this time and
You
see what happens.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Yep.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yep,
Simply
just
by the
ask
act of
Beckett.
moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of
Ooh.
life itself? Whoa. Hang on.
I
That
like
got
that.
a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
Yes.
Not sure where I was going with all that.
Pointless forest.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I don't know what the... Jesus! Bury it, Joseph! Fucking bloody hell! What? 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 It's like being stuck in Munchkin Land.
Wait, cut the music.
Thank
Go
you.
back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Will
Make
it?
sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I think you're lying to me.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Yes, we are.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
This is the most bizarre thing. I feel like Lionel's probably sitting in his house right now, laughing his fucking ass off at me. I can imagine his little French giggle happening as we speak. I bet you that is what is happening right now. Yes, exactly. At you, with you. Both of these can be true. Well, this is fun. Can we go a different direction? I tried to follow your adventure line, bro. It was a shit adventure. Ooh, we're back in the room.
Oh, no. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, I
Oh
can't
my
take this anymore.
God.
To hell with it. Restart.
That's too funny. Okay. What if I don't follow the line?
You know what, Stanley?
Oh.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Go
Why don't
outside.
we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. Go outside. Well, I was found dead outside. Does that
Yes,
count?
this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it may be, Stanley.
We're stuck
I'm
in a
ready
square.
for it.
We're not stuck in a square anymore. Oh.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
He's so sulky. Does the narrator also want free will? Is that what's happening?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, So I know that each door has to lead somewhere.
Walk in
Which means that
circles.
somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Oh
Come,
my
Stanley.
god.
Our destiny awaits.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Find the confusion ending.
Hmm.
Narrator restarts the
The
game.
confusion ending.
Narrator
You're
forgets about
telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
After a long time,
That's
Stanley
really how
dies.
all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to
Nonsense,
forget?
philosophy, and
Or what if
music.
I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
Because
really...
you're in the cave too, Mr.
No,
Narrator.
it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Okay.
And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Well done.
Whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
What the fuck? What's that? Okay then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Back to the meeting room we go. Meow.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should we follow the instructions?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. Chris wasn't in the broom closet. I checked the broom closet. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Oh my god. This is great. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Maybe. Is this his boss's office? Executive bathroom. There's nobody here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Ooh.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Check the piano, is that what you said? It wouldn't let me play it, I tried. See? No. Alright, let's go into the newly opened passageway. I feel like I've been here before.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Is this how I get outside?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Oh.
large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Would he?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Indeed. It had to be tried. Oh, shit.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this life is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. There walked Stanley.
I'm trying to jump off the thing, but it won't let me. Oh dear.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Bugger. I'm dead now. I'm not dead now. Is there another option? I don't know where I'm going, you guys. I'm just walking into blackness.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Just walking around in circles in the dark. Oh. Am I going outside? Is this where I get to go outside? Ooh.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay, this is cool. This is awesome. It's so meta, I love it. What is the difference between a duck? What is the difference between a duck? The quack. How low can you go? Oh, you want me to read them out? Okay, this one says, Zending levers. The levers were originally a part of the zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume. Blah, 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 blah. That's an options menu. Ooh. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. It all seems to be like stuff about the development of the game. It's very meta. One option, 2 options, vent. Maintenance layout. Meeting room. Oh, we did that one already. Let's go this way. Previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Ah, that was the one with the fake wife. Yes. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like... I want to get back to the cargo lift and jump off it in exactly the way they told us not to. Oh, we went down. Let's go up. Up, up, up. Game design mock-up. Stanley's office. It's about being meta in the Tron. Look you. Well, I don't think there's a way out of here. Boss's office.
Then he pushed the number 4.
Employee lounge. Mind control facility. I want to go up there. How do I go up there? this. Boop, boop, boop. Freedom ending. That's what I want. I want the freedom ending. How does one get the freedom ending? But do you though? Yeah. Because now that I know there's a go outside achievement, I want to get the go outside achievement, obviously. Have I been everywhere here? I think I have. I have not read the description of any of the achievements. Right. Guess we go back to the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
No, Will. But now I want to. I'm eating like... Oh. Did I die? Do you have to start again at this point?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Blah,
could
blah,
it
blah,
mean?
blah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where was the broom closet? I don't remember.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah, yes, because it was
Yet
through
there
this
was
one.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
Aha.
go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Why are the shadows moving? It won't let me do anything though. Sad.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, he didn't. I don't jump off the thing.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Oh no,
And in
this is
such a
where we go round and
competitive
round in
economy,
circles.
why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange
I am a fast
observations.
learner, there is
For
that.
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Is this just the same
And
as the
for that
first time we
matter,
did this?
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Yeah, but he reacted differently
He
to the
thought
broom
himself,
closet.
I suppose I'll
So-
wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Who has narrators in their
Was Stanley
dreams?
simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake
I do
right
not
now
have narrators
as
in
he's
my
ever
dreams.
been in his life.
FYI.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove
Dream
it.
narrator.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Poor Stanley.
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up.
Is he
He
going
thought
to
to himself.
die? This is
I'm
the one that
through
led
with
to him
this
dying,
dream.
right?
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I
Everything
don't know who
will
I
be
would want to
fine.
narrate my dreams.
I
Um,
am okay.
Maybe Judi Dench. That would be cool.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Stanley went crazy and ran through the streets screaming.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
So what I have
She
learned from this
rose, got
experience
dressed,
is that
gathered her
there's no
belongings,
point in
and
taking the
walked to
left
her
room.
place of work. But on this particular day, her walk
I don't
was
know who Stephen
interrupted by
Merchant
the
is.
body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
Yes, but
This much she knew.
I just got
Everyone knows what crazy
sarcasmed
people
at
look
me in the
And
broom
in
closet.
that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
The very
and by
important
extension,
people.
the rest of her life. She had no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she
Ashley
turned
Johnson,
and ran.
narrating your dreams. Cool. So we won't go left again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh yes, we're going to the employee lounge
The
again.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper. Something darker.
Look, I am nothing if not slightly...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
I think this room is
here
my
you
favorite
sit
room
looking at these
because
chairs and some
he's so
paintings.
snarky
Really
about it.
worth it.
It's so
But
good.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I want to jump off the thing and get it, somehow die and also get a fine.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one
went
gets to
splat.
tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oh my
Good
god.
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful. You sarcastic fucker. I think the splat noise was the best part though. Oh, there's a phone ringing. Is it my fake wife?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
The Future Happiness Foundation that just sends you boxes. That's what it sends you. Cardboard boxes. Boxford.
When Stanley came to a set of
Yes,
two
yes,
open
yes.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go back to the boss's office.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Can I open this door yet? No. I would like to go to the executive bathroom. No, won't let me do that. Oh! Yes! Yes! Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Cool. Cool, cool. Cool. Extreme bathrooms. Oh my goodness. Alright. What's through here? Oh. Who would do that to a panda bear? Did you see the closet? Which closet? I did not see the closet. Oh. No, I didn't notice that. I found a lift though. Oh my god. That's amazing. Excellent elevator music. This is a very long lift ride. I feel like I'm stuck here forever. In this lift with the elevator music. Oh, it just took me back to where I was before. Cool beans. Not quite. Where's the panda? Oh no, it is. Alright. Lift that goes
Stepping
nowhere.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet.
I don't remember what the
And
number
so
was.
the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I feel certain that at some point here I didn't follow an instruction. This is how I died last time, hey. Come on. Go. There we go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, let's go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
So it's the same room we were in before.
Now the
Yep.
monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Fired. Yup. Correct.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Seems likely. Just gonna just...
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Do I push the big red button? That's just a dumb question. Oh, it won't let me push the big red button. Well, that's just dumb. I should be able to push the big red button. Why? Exactly! Exactly. Maybe it's just a lamp. Look. What's up the steppies? Up the steppies. Well, this is going well. Now, down the steppies. If this is some sort of puzzle that requires me to actually use my brain, I'm going to be upset. Do you think I can go down there? There will be no brain using. It's too late in the day for that shit. Come on, let me explode something.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I thought about that. I was like, do I turn it on or do I turn it off? And then I was like, off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
I feel like that's a lie.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
I feel like this is almost certainly a
No
lie.
longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, that's nice. Did I win? I just got a little beat the game thingy. Oh, hello. Can you offer a suggestion? I mean, if you want, yeah, sure, go for it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
What's with all the paper on the floor? I can't relate. I love solitude.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh my God.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, the broom cupboard. Oh, I see. It's like all boarded up now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Can I play the piano
The moment
yet?
he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to
What
take.
was it?
Too
Two,
much for
four.
any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's
I don't remember
desk.
what it is.
What could it mean? Was it a sign
Should
of
write it
hope
down.
for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to get. Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
Oh.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Was this where the forklift was? I don't know where things are. I've lost my train of things.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, yeah. That's all good. Let's go turn it on this time just to see what happens if you turn it on. I'm curious.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes. Obviously.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee.
Oh, I have to take the right door.
Stanley's
Okay.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Boop.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Door
Never.
430.
It was unthinkable, wasn't
Okay.
it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
God, I don't
labeled
remember
with
where it was.
emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for
We're
all.
gonna turn it on this time. What song are we using as the sub alert?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? They kept you enslaved all these years.
I sure
You go and
did.
try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
Yeah,
If you want to throw
I did
my
that.
story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Cool. I get to blow it up.
Until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means.
Can I press the big
barely
red
know
button
where to
now?
start.
Incorrect.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
No,
I mean, look,
I wanted to go group.
running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Oh,
Stanley.
that was an excellent
Your
evil
name's
laugh.
Quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Boom!
Just you being blown to pieces.
I'm gonna stand here and watch them count down.
Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Boom!
Make it count.
I'm gonna be disappointed if
It's
this
all
doesn't
the
in
same
fact
to me,
explode.
all part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Boom. Excellent boomage. There should have been an actual kaboom. I'm sad about the lack of kaboom.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and
What room do I
constantly
want?
needed support
430.
and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
This one. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, please.
4.
Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I'm gonna keep clicking.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
How many times am I gonna click this door? Because I feel like I'm gonna get to 50 and he's gonna be like, oh, I don't know about 50, maybe 100.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. Alright. I'm gonna go do it. Where is 417? Here.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
You ass. Jamie! What are you doing to me? Is there no 437? No, there's 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Oh my god. This is the weirdest fucking game. What am I looking for? 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
Where's 43? Yeah, this one.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
It's the copy machine. Oh, yeah.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Oh my god. This is so dumb.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Ow.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Is there no door 416? Is that not a thing? is.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine do that one again!
There's no fucking achievement, is there? This is all lies. All lies!
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Wow. That was amazing. Alright. I've forgotten what I was trying to do. Forklift. Right? We're trying to do the forklift.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I need to go on the door on my left? I do, hey. That's what we decided. God damn it! God damn it! It's too late now. Sad. There are no other options to do in this particular...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Restart. Right door. Thank you. Oh, my phone's ringing again.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread,
Shut up.
and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Look, shut up. I won the game. Now I'm just doing side quests.
When Stanley came to a set
Right.
of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly.
Oh, we get to go to the beautiful
Perhaps he wanted to
room
stop
again.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half
Oh
there.
my god.
Just a kind of, tingle.
What the hell? Who wrote this shit? Bizarre.
Yeah. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is the forklift ahead of me? Yeah, that's what I thought. I just couldn't remember.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
So you reckon, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to jump on a particular pathway? Right? That's what you said? Where am I trying to jump? Okay, fall on it, but where? Where am I trying to fall? In front of you. On that, okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Oh, I see, as you go
realize that
over.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone,
I missed.
but in his eagerness to prove that he's in control of the story and no
I
one gets to
missed.
tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Splash.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
That everyone thinks you are very powerful just kills me. Oh, this is new.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's different though.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, beautiful room.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So you reckon I need to try to fall on this platform somehow?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting.
Oh, motherfucker!
His eagerness to prove that he's in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Oh, dear.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Can we get us? Yes, this is why I'm not a gamer, because I will do this over and over and over again until I get it right, and I will make you all watch
It's
me.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
Just
not.
gotta pick my moment,
I
right?
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting.
Motherfucker!
In his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
3. The splat counter is at 3. It is not at 943, you dick. Do you want coffee again, lady?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness
Don't care about your cardboard boxes, Future Happiness Company.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Blah
knew
blah
it
blah.
perfectly well.
Beautiful
Perhaps he wanted
staff
to stop by
lounge.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it
It's
was.
so beautiful
lounge.
and grand.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
Once
his
again, we're going straight, despite all evidence to the contrary.
left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, okay,
Look,
we'll
Stanley,
try the
I
right.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want
Danger
to help you, to show you
everywhere.
something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Do not stand on the side of fence. Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, folks. Blue it is.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. don't think we're clear. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, there isn't even a blue door anymore, you guys. He's just like, fuck you.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see
Round
that it's
and
killing
round
us,
and
Stanley?
round. Can we go through this?
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Ah! Oh, see? I was trying to go in that door.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I like it. It's pretty. We found the planetarium. Can you fall off it? No, it won't let me jump off. Sad. I like how I literally tried to do that just as Adam's message came up. Oh, it's so pretty! Oh, I like it. I'm just gonna stay here. Look at the lights. It's so shiny. Keyboard now. Nope, I missed.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh. To jump or not to jump, folks?
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for
Splat.
a moment.
I went splat.
Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Oh, probably not. Can we? Oh, we can. Check it out.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Okay, I'm gonna stop moving and see what happens. Shiny, pretty lights. Forward now.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Gonna jump off the stairs again.
No. No, what do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Whee! Splat!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see. You'll
You
see
felt
that
guilty
we
after
can't
doing
be
the same
happy if
thing.
we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
It's very pretty. But, dear narrator, stories are no use if they're just sitting around looking at pretty lights. That's not how it works.
No, perhaps not. my God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
Oh.
You'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Buddy. Sorry.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
He does sound very sad.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, that is pretty heartbreaking. That is pretty heartbreaking.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Alright, so we're going to try and see if I could get the forklift thing again.
Constantly needed support and
Go in the
guidance
other
from
direction.
others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay. We've broken his spirit, folks.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Okay, let's see if I can pull it off
Stanley,
again.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Can I go
that
this way?
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I
That's
really
the only
do
way you
want to
can go.
help you,
Alright.
to show you something
That's fine.
beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
So you reckon I need to figure out a way to go through the blue door 3 times?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Ah,
Stanley
there is a blue
walked
door.
through the red... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you
Please,
say that the game
your
benefited
experience.
from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from.
Oh my
except
god.
that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley.
You missed
Don't
Jack
even
soaring
try.
through the air
Here,
like a
based on the
majestic
data from your
seagull.
previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh my god, what is happening?
In this game,
What the fuck
David
is that?
towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I mean, in fairness, this is pretty much what parenthood is like. I'm not doing this for 4 hours, though. Not that much. The sound is painful. Welcome to parenting. Does anything happen apart from the baby dying if I let the baby die? I'm not doing this for 4 hours, that's for damn sure. I'm not going to 4 hours.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Oh my god.
But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
This is another game I've
this.
never played
I'm
in
done
real
making things
life.
for you.
So
From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose.
go
Watch
punch a
this,
tree. I
Stanley.
would like to. How do I
am
jump?
Going to build a house.
How do I jump?
This will go here. No, here. And then.
I can't do anything.
Let's see. What does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of
Space
art
does
and
nothing.
feel ashamed
You
of
can't
your
jump.
own
No, seriously, we disabled it. That was the message I got.
Outside. You've only got half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
There's a flower. Can I pick the flower? Sad.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. Oh, this is the best part so far.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Nope. Don't things spawn in Minecraft if it's dark?
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
That was amazing. Oh, so good. Oh God.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Yeah.
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
You know, the last time I played this game, I got really motion sick. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you...
Oh shit. I just thought I was being a dick, but look at that. I fell in a hole. I fell in a hole. Whoa. Cool. We all fell into the pit. We sure did. We seem to be backstage. I see a light. Oh, what was that? This is what you get for being mean to the narrator. I wasn't mean to the narrator. Narrator's just overly sensitive. Oh. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I can't do anything. Oh, there we go. We have a loading screen. Cool. Well, that was an experience.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Alright. What choices have we not made?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left or right? Left or right? Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I have not tried going straight to the red.
It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley
Shall
took the
try
first
going
open
straight
door
through the
on his
red.
left.
Does that not just take you to the planetarium? Stanley was
so
terrible
bad
at following
directions.
instructions.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
So you reckon we should go straight through the red door and see what happens?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
You just end up back in the pretty planetarium.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley... No, wait. Where are you going?
I don't want to make him sad again.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
The boss's door trick.
Good, good. We can't...
We'll start again. I don't want to have to listen to him be sad all over again. So I need to go back to the boss's
All of
office,
his
yes?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase,
Once you get in, the
Stanley
door's
walked
closed, you can make it
upstairs
out of
to
the room
his
before they
boss's
close.
office.
Okay. You mean when I walk into the office?
Stepping into his manager's office,
No,
Stanley was
not
once
fast
again
enough.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers,
I'd like
he
this.
began
Yes,
turning
thank
the room
you.
over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
This is what happens when you put the code in too fast. He gets shitty with you for not letting him finish the story.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
He's got one job. I think we've exhausted the possibilities of the open passageway, haven't we? Let's try your boss door trick again.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. In the doors and out the doors. This is very stressful because I'm not very good at controls.
Okay, I think we all know the drill.
Yes. I did it. I did the thing, but nothing happened. Go back the way you came, alright? All the way back? Okay. You are now leaving. Okay. I'm going. I can't see shit. Just going in circles. Have I missed something? Oh, I see. So I have to just keep going. I understand. Okay. Right. Can't see anything. Did I just leave? Jax is playing Blind Simulator. Cool. Oh. It'll just take you back to where you came from each time. Now there is something. We'll just keep heading towards the something. Did I escape? Oh! It just took me back to the start. There's one hidden one almost at the beginning. Look at the window on the left. In the thing. This window.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is this the window you mean? What am I looking for? Are you sure? I do not appear to be able to climb on this desk. From the other side. This side? Or this side? Oh, this side. Because you can go up. Ah, I see. Are you sure?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Maybe it's not that window. Sometimes, I think last time I climbed on a desk. Maybe it's this, oh, this window? It was next to a desk. Thank you. There are many desks. This one? This one doesn't have a window. It's not an external window. Stanley came to 2 doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Let's go and get some passive aggression
Yet there was not a single person here either.
from Mr.
Feeling a
Narrator
wave
Man.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
still
Here's the
open.
door, just go.
Here's the door, just go. No. Let's go and do your other one. Begin again. 434, huh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in
There
any
is
way.
no climbing onto this desk that I can work out how to do. Yeah. At least it lets me jump. Nah. Okay, well in that case, I feel like maybe we have exhausted the possibilities. That you have to crouch on the desk. Yeah, but I can't even get on the desk. That's the whole problem. Oh. I can crouch under the desk. But not on it. How does one jump? Towards the chair. I tried towards the chair. That's how I got on the other desk last time. When he made me climb up on the desk when I was tapping on walls. Nah. Alright, folks, on that note, I think we might call it there. That was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed that game. It definitely tickles my fancy and has a lot of cool story shit. And I like the fact that I could play like most of it in one night, which is cool. So thank you for suggesting it, and thank you for voting for it. And we'll do another one in 4 weeks. So I'm doing every fourth Wednesday because I have every second Thursday off, so it means it doesn't matter if I stay up late. So 4 Wednesdays from now, we'll do the next one. I will pop a thing in the Patreon.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
Oh my god, I sort of forgot that I was still playing. And then he started giving me sarcasm about it. I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, I'll pop something in the Patreon channel and Discord for our next stream, so you guys can nominate games for that. If you're watching this and you're not already a patron, please consider doing that thing. Patreon.com/Sparable. That gets you access to our Patreon channels, which means that you too can nominate a game. And I don't think it's on there, but I can probably just. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. It's easy to find. Patreon.com/Sparable. And then you can nominate games, and in 4 weeks' time, maybe I will be playing whatever game you pick. Thank you for hanging out with me, folks. This was a lot of fun and very ridiculous, and I actually really enjoyed myself. So, what is Joinatia Goofs? Join it! Wow, Jax, what the fuck? Okay, so we're gonna just quit that business. Here, let me do this. It should work. Patreon.com/Sparabell. I can spell the name of my own thing. There you go. That's the one. Um, yeah, we'll do this again in 4 weeks' time. Thanks for hanging with me, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a beautiful time zone. I love you guys. Mwah.